Hi everyone, thanks for joining for today's session. I hope I'm audible to everyone. Yep, hello. So today's session we would be dealing with year-end processing, like how do we do the year-end processing for all the clients, like whose leave calendar is from April to March. Okay, so we'll begin the session sharp at 4 5 p.m. So as people are yet to join, we'll wait for four more minutes, which is 4 5. Okay, then we'll begin the session. Yep. Till then, we'll be attaching the handouts in the chat box. You can refer to that. Okay. Thank you. Hi. Good evening, everyone. Let me know if I'm audible to everyone. Yep. Cool. So good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining. So today's session, which is on year-end processing, like how we do the year-end processing and what are the steps that need to be taken care. Okay, so my name is Javed and I will be dealing with all the webinar sessions happening on Keka, and today we have Aarti Sabu who in the background, like who would be helping us over all your queries over the chat box. Okay, so right, so before getting into the session, let me brief you about like why is year-end processing so essential. Okay, so year-end processing is so essential because see, whenever you want to have any carry forward leaves, or if whether what happened to the negative balance in the previous year, or how should your accrual happen, so you can capture all these things during the year end process. Okay, so while moving the next year, so what you want to do with the balance uh, which has been left for the particular employee in the previous year. Okay, so I can manage all these activities in the year end process. Okay, so without much detail, let me just quickly share my screen so that we can proceed. Like, what are the different steps that need to be taken care before you initiate the year end process, and what are the different steps that need to be followed to proceed with the year end process. So we'll cover everything in this session. Okay, so let me, you can confirm once you're able to view. Okay, just give me one quick minute. Right, can you just confirm if you're able to view my screen of Keka homepage so that we can proceed ahead? Cool, right, thank you. Okay, cool. So I'll just zoom a bit so that you don't see any blur screen. Yep. Right. So the settings of the year end process, okay, will begin from the leave setup. Okay. So while doing your leave setup, you have a page. I'll just navigate to that particular page which I'm talking about. Under time attend leave plan. Okay. So I repeat the path under time attend and leave plan. Okay, so under time attend leave plan, so you would be having your leave plans. Okay, so for your leave plan, particular leave plan, okay, so you will be having all the different leave types. Okay, for all the leave types, you need to check like what does your year end processing policy says. Okay, so for this particular leave type, which is casual leave, my year end process setting says as all leaves get carried forward. Another leave type set says all leaves get expired. Okay, so in case at any point of time before initiating the year end process, if you just want to cross check and verify like, oh, what all the settings that you have made, so that you no need to roll back again the settings and all the features what you have implemented. Okay, so we'll just quickly check how we can do this settings. Okay, I'll just quickly navigate to the 7th page. So we have nothing to do with the pages till 1st to 6th, so we'll keep it unchanged. Okay, so we'll directly route to the 7th page, right, which is year end processing. Okay, so in this particular page, okay, so here you will be having different options like what do you want to do with the balance at the end of the year. Okay, so right, so the first option which says is what happens to the leave balance at the end of the year. Okay, so right, so while processing the year end, so what do you want to do with the year end, the balance which has been left. Okay, so we'll proceed with all the steps by putting on to the example. Okay, so right, so in the first case, all leave balance expire or get reset. Okay, did I click on view? Okay, I think I clicked on view. Just give me a moment. Sorry. Right, this should be fine now. Right, so we'll mount the first setup option. Just give me one quick minute. So I've just ended my screen share. Just give me one quick minute so that I can just cross check what's happening over here. Right, I'll just right, it's working. Just one quick minute. I'm sharing my screen again. Wait for confirmation. Yep, it's loading. It's getting loaded, and yep, perfect. I believe it's visible, so that we can proceed further, right? So in this particular step, which is year-end process, so the first option, which is all leave balance expire or get reset. Okay. So what happens is, though, let's assume we'll take an example of an employee. Okay. So for a particular employee, the leave balance, okay, is 5. Okay. So in the first option, though the employee balance is 5 or -2 or 0 or any number, okay, so irrespective has balance present during the year end process, all his balance will get expire and get reset to 0 at the end of the year. Okay, so none of his balance will get carry forwarded. Either it can be a positive value, it can be a 0 null value, or it can be a value in the negative. Okay, so whatever the case it is, so you will expire and put it into reset. Okay, so in the second option, which is all leave balances get paid to that employee. Okay, so what happens is, so if you select the second option, let's assume the employee's balance is 5 or 2 or 1 or any such number. So the employee will be paid to that employee. So that means leave encashment will be done to that employee during the year end process. Okay, so in case if you want to do the encashment to that employee irrespective of the balance he had, you can select the second option. Okay, so I repeat, irrespective of the balance he had during the year end process, if you want to do the encashment to that employee, so you can proceed with the second option, which is all the leave balances get paid to that employee. Okay, so moving on the next option, which is all leave balances get carry forwarded. Okay, okay, I see that the comment going on, which is audio is breaking up. So is it breaking up or is it fine? Just let me know. Okay, okay. Cool. I believe there should be some network issue with Mr. Ashik. Ashik, can you just try logging in again? Or you can check with your internet connectivity. Okay, right. So moving on again to the point, which is second point we have discussed. So moving on to the third point, which is all leave balances get carry forwarded to the next year. Okay, so in this case, what happens is, irrespective of your balance during the year end process, so we are not going to doing the encashment, either we are expiring the leave balances. We are in the third option, we would be doing the carry forwards. Okay, so what happens here is, irrespective of the balance the employee has, all the leave balances will get carry forwarded. Okay, so let's assume you have a balance of 5 or 2 or 1, so all your balances will be added up to your next year's out balance. Okay, so that's what we do in the third option. Okay, so moving on the next option, which is pay first and then carry forward. Okay, so this both the settings, which is pay first and then carry forward, and carry forward first and then pay remaining. Okay, so these are something very interesting options. Let me just take some time on the two options. Okay, so first option, which is pay first and then carry forward remaining. Okay, so what happens here is, so we can restrict to a certain number of days. Okay, saying that let's here we would be having two different options, which is fixed number of days, or you can do it as percentage of remaining leave. Okay, so I suggest you to go with a fixed number of days, so that even employer would be aware like how many days that has been carried forward as per my policy and how many have been encashed. Okay, so I suggest you to go with a fixed number of days. So what happens when you select fixed number of days? Okay, so here we have taken an example as well. Okay, so if the balance is more than 15 days, okay, for an example, if the balance of an employee is more than 15 days, then you would be paying up to 8 days. Okay, so in that 8 days would be paid as an encashment, and 4 days would be carry forwarded. Okay, so combines bothly, that's 12 balance, and remaining 3 would be getting expired. Okay, so remaining whatever is there will get expired automatically. Cool. Okay, I'll take one more example. I'll remove this. I'll say 12. If the balance is more than 12 days, 6 would be carry forwarded. I mean, 6 would be paid to that employee, and 4 would be carry forwarded. Okay. Then total sums up to 10, and remaining days would be get expired. Okay, so this is how you do the settings. In case if you want to have some restrictions, like how many number of days that can be carry forwarded and how many can be in cash to that employee, in case if you have any such policy in your settings, so you can use this option, which is pay first and then carry forward. In case if you want to have the carry forward first and then pay remaining, so you can select this option. So what happens is, if the balance is more than 12 days, 4 would be carry forward first, then 6 would be paid remaining. Sorry. So this is how you do in the first option, which is when it is fixed number of days. Okay. So in case, let's assume if you have given it is percentage of remaining leave. Okay. So this is something very tricky, right? So if the balance is more than 12 days, pay up to 40% of the remaining leaves and carry forward up to 40%. Okay, so what happens to the remaining 20%? They would be getting expired, right? So 40% of my remaining leaves will be get carry forwarded, and remaining 40 will be getting paid to that employee, and 20% would be getting expired. Okay, so right. So apart from this setting, we will be getting few more settings, which is restrict maximum payable days up to 6. Okay, so after doing the, let's assume the balance is around 25. Okay, the balance of an employee is of 25. Okay, so 25 minus 40% will come up to 15. Okay, so 10 would be if we take under carry forward, if we take 40% of the balance, okay, then it would be 10. Okay, since we have restricted, saying that restricted maximum carry forward days up to 4. Okay, so though the 40% of 25 is 10, the carry forward would be done only for 4 days. Remaining 6 days will get automatically expired. Okay, so that you can manage in this particular setting. Okay, so right, so are we clear on this all 5 different points that we have discussed so far, so that we can proceed to the next point? Okay, cool, thank you. Right, so we will move to the next options. First option, I'll just keep like this. Right, so right, so next category would be, does carry forward leave expire after certain time? Okay, so right, so let's assume you have carry forwarded 6 paid leaves from the previous year to this 2021 calendar. Okay, so once the carry forward is done, okay, so whether you want to set up any expiry date for that carry forward or not, so you can manage that setting in this particular option. Okay, so right, so you can set up saying that no carry forward leave doesn't expire, or you can set up it as yes, carry forward leave expire in 180 days. Okay, so most of the cases I've seen that carry forward leaves will be getting expire after 180 days, which would be end of the June. So within half of the year, they need within the half of the calendar year completes, they need to empty the expiry, I mean carry forward leave balance from the kitty. Okay, so in case if you don't have any expiry policy for the carry forward leave, so you can put it as no carry forward leave doesn't expire. Okay, so in case if your company policy follows saying that carry forward leave expires after certain period of time, so you can enable this option, and you can provide some certain number of days, like after how many days the leaves would be getting expired. Okay, so right, so any leave that has an expiry through expired, carry forward, or remains unchanged. Okay, so I suggest you to put this option as you need to check in this check in this box. Okay, so we also have an option for awarding leaves. Okay, so right, so making a differentiation between the two, you need to enable this option. So awarding leave will also have an expiry date, and carry forward will also be having an expiry date. Okay, so if you want to keep the setting unchanged for both the things, you need to check this box. Okay, so that it will not get affect the awarded balance which has been awarded to that employee by his reporting manager, so it doesn't get affected by these settings. Okay, so are we clear on this point, so that we can proceed, which is what happens to the negative balance? Yeah, cool, thank you. Right, so the last and final option which we would be talking about is what happens to the negative balance that have been accumulated by the employee who have taken leave beyond their annual quota. Okay, so I see that this would be a very rare case where you would be finding a negative balance in employee's kitty. Okay, so right, so whenever you find any such cases, how do you want to proceed? Okay, so there you would be system would be asking you three different options, which is a deduct from salary. This would be a very harsh, but I see in case if your company follows such policy, you can enable this option, which is deduct from salary. Let's assume the employees during year end process, the employee's negative balance is -5. Okay, so if you enable this option, what happens is all the balance of -5 would be getting deducted from his salary. Okay, 5 days of salary would get deducted from the employee's pay during year end process. Okay, so the next option would be nullify and reset the balance to 0. Okay, right, so what happens in this case is, let's assume the leave balance of the employees is -5 or -2 or any negative value such. Okay, so if you select the second option, though the employee's balance is in negative, it will get reset to 0. Okay, so irrespective of his balance to on the negative part, the system will ignore the negative part and will reset the balance to the 0 during the year end process. Okay, so that's about the second setting. The moving the next option, which is carry forward negative balance to the following year. So in case in as we do for the balances for the positive, so in case if you want to carry forward the negative balance as well, which would affect the existing balance in the present year. Okay, so definitely it would affect the balance in the present year in case if you're carry forwarding the negative balance to the following year. Okay, so let's take an example. Okay, let's assume you have a negative balance of -5 in the previous year, and you carry forward it to the next year, which is May, as per this policy, which is April to March. Okay, so during the year end processing in March, you have said that carry forward negative balance to the following year, and you have a balance of -5. And while coming to the 1st of April, let's assume your accrual is on all the leave balance will be accrued to you on yearly basis. That means all the leave balance will be allotted to you in a single shot. Let's assume your balance is 12. Since you have a carry forward from the previous year, which is a negative balance of -5, so your balance will automatically a 5 would be deducted from your actual balance, which is 12 -5. Then the balance would be coming down to 7. I know this option is also a bit harsh, but this option would be very preferred in very few cases. Okay, so in case I've seen most of the cases setting up saying that nullify and reset the balance to this balance to 0, as most of the cases organizations doesn't allow employees to take leave when there is no balance in their kitty. Okay, so far we have covered all the settings, like how to proceed to year end process, right? Like what are the settings that need to be configured and how they can be configured as per your policy. You can manage all this under a single page, right? So can we proceed? Yeah, cool. Yep, we'll proceed now. Just give me one quick minute. Right. So once you're done with the settings, you would be able to again summarize all your settings over here. Like what are the particular leave type? You can just reconfirm and check over here. Like what does your leave settings say? What are the different things? Okay. Right. So once you are confirmed and clear about the settings, you need to click on. You need to again navigate to the same path. In the same page, time attend, leave plan, and leave plans. Okay. So standard leave plans. Right. So in the same tab, you will be seeing an option of year-end processing, right? So under all the different leave types, you have above, you have an option of, so you would be seeing an option of year-end processing. Okay, since the year-end calendar is from Jan to December, I would not be able to proceed with the year-end process. Let me just try to capture one different leave plan. Right, you've got it. All right, so you will be able to find the leave calendar year of yours as well over here under the name of the particular leave plan, which is April to March. So here you would be able to build the configuration, like what is your leave configuration and what are the different leave types here there, and who all the employees have been assigned to that particular leave plan. You would be able to find it over here. In the third step, you would be find the year-end process, like how do you begin the year-end process. Okay, so year ends in March 2021. Number of employees are 4. What is the status? Ready to process. And action, begin year-end process. You just need to click on this, begin year-end process. Right. Yep. So in the first screen, okay. So in the first screen, you need to approve all the pending requests for the previous year. Okay. So from the starting date of April 1st of 2020 to March 31st, 2021. Okay. So when you are initiating this year-end process, you need to approve all the leave requests. Okay. So that balances will get captured exactly. Right. So I suggest you to approve all the leave requests which are pending on them. Even you can inform all the reporting managers to approve all the leave requests. Okay, so either they can approve or reject, so it depends on the leave requests that are made by that employee. So some can be approved or some can be rejected. So in such case, I suggest you to inform all the reporting managers to take action on the pending leave requests for all their employees to begin the year-end process. Okay, so once the year-end processing please be noted that once the year-end processing done, you would not be able to apply leave or make any changes for the previous year. So though you are able to apply for the previous year, will get affected from the present balance. Okay, so I suggest you not to apply for the previous year once the year-end processing is done. Okay, so you will not be able to even change the balances for the previous year once it's done. Okay, so any leave request that you want to make for the previous year, you need to do it before you begin the year-end process so that it will not get affected. Right. Right. So in some cases, in some exceptional cases, as we have a payroll rollback, okay, so there is an backend operation where we can roll back in exceptional cases. Okay, so but we don't suggest that option. We do that only in some exceptional cases, right? Right. So in the first step, you can take action on the pay all the pending leave requests. What are there? So in case if you want to take an bulk action as well, you can also take an action on it. Right. So we moving on the next option, which is leave balance action. Okay. Right. So in this particular page, you need to segregate saying that how many days you want to carry forward, how many days want you encash, and how many days you want to expire. Okay. So you can manage this particular setting in this particular page. Okay, I'll just try to zoom out a bit. right? So in this particular page, okay, right, so we have made the setting that we would not be doing any encashment, we will be carry forwarding all the leave balance. Okay, so you would be able to find that all the days are getting carry forwarded, none of them are getting expired. Okay, so leave type is ABC. If it is a paid leave, we have made the same setting. So let's assume you're not satisfied, or if you want to do any, if you want to do any overrides, okay, as an exceptional cases for few employees. Okay, so let's assume, so for this particular employee Pranav, okay, the comp of the during the year end process, the comp of is 1.75. Okay, so and 1.75 is getting expired, but you don't want to do the expiry. Okay, so in case if you want to do the carry forward, you can select this option, which is override 1.75. Okay, so you can also override the settings as well. Okay, which would ease your process. Okay, so at any point of time, as an exceptional cases, if you want to override such values, so you just need to click on other, and you can just click on override. Okay, so in case if you don't want to override, you can just uncheck the box, automatically the balance will get expired. Okay, so as an exceptional case, if you want to just give the balance to that employee during the year-end process, you can do that, right? Right, so are we clear so far? Are we on the same page? So that we can move to the next option, which is encashment. All right, so let me say it's okay, cool, thank you. All right, so once you are done with the leave balance, once you have taken care of all the leave balances, okay, so you need to click on save and next. Okay, so in case if you have any encashment policy in place, you would be able to find it over here, like what is the encashment amount that has been being allotted to that employee, you would be able to find it over here. So in case if the encashment policy has been enabled, right, so in case if you have any encashment policy, if you want to create, you would be able to create it over here. Okay, so right, so you will even be able to find like in which month you want to allot that employee to that particular employee, the leave encashment amount. Okay, so right, so you can do that in the third step. So once you are done with the setting, so the last option would be please confirm if you would like to finalize the leaves changes that has been made. Okay, so once you click on finalize, in the UI, you would not be getting an option to roll back once the changes has been implemented. Okay, so in case if you have any exceptional cases where it is mandatory to roll back and do apply leave for any such employees, so you can reach out to support, so they would help you on that. Okay, so right, so once you click on finalize, so system would be saying once the year end processing, it cannot be reverted back and the data cannot be edited. Okay, so I'll just click on yes. So my year end processing has been done. So the now status would be say processed, right? So you would be able to find it over here. So in case if you want to view the processing results, like why was the balance employee, why was, let's assume if any of your manager would be asking you like why was the carry forward done for that employee, why did the employee got the balance, so you can show them over here like Pranav comp of has been overridden to 1.75 and it has been carried forward, right? You would be able to find it over here. Okay, so this is how you can do the year end process. So at any point of time, if you want to have any initial adjustments, if you want to do a carryover imports, okay, so if you want to do so like I've explained this in my previous session as well. Okay, so in case if you want to import, okay, so at any point of time if you want to import uh, positive balance to your existing balance, okay, so if you want to add balance to your existing balance, so you can import, you can use this carryover balance import. So in case if you want to import negative balance, which has been utilized by the employee. If you want to import the negative balance, you can use this consumed leave balance. If you want to import carryover, which is the positive value, right? So this is how we do the year-end processing, and these are the steps which need to be followed. Let me know if you want me to repeat any of the points so that we can go forward, since we have 15 more minutes to can with the encashment outside payroll schedules. Okay. Definitely we'll try to summarize like all the settings what we have done till now. Okay, so I'll try to repeat all the things what we have done today. Okay, so first, whenever you want to initiate the year process, right? So you need to check all the leave settings, like what you have done for the year end process, like what are the year end process settings that you have managed. Okay, so for doing that activity, you need to navigate to your time at end, leave plan, and under leave plan, so you would be having a different leave plan for different employees. So if you want to do it, so you need to do it leave plan wise, in case if you have a different leave plans. So in case if you have only single leave plan, you would be able to do it over here. All right, so you would be able to initiate year end process only if your leave calendar is falling from April to March. Okay, so you would not be able to initiate, you can do the year end process for Jan to December now as well. Okay, so in case if your leave calendar is from Jan 20 to December 20th. Okay, right. So how do you check the leave settings? So in the first, you need to click on edit. So in case if you want to modify any of the settings, so you no need to adjust any of the setting from the beginning, from the first page to the sixth page. Okay, so you directly need to navigate to the seventh page, with these what happens to the leave balance at the end of the year. Okay, so whether the leave balance get expire or reset, or get paid to that employee, or get carry forward to the next year, or if you have a policy saying that uh, pay pay first and then carry forward, or carry forward first and then pay remaining. Okay, so in case if you have any such setting, you can enable the settings, right? So in case if you don't have any uh, carry forward first or then pay remaining, any such settings, you can set it up as all leave balance get carry forward to the next year, right? So moving the next option, which is does carry forward leave expire after certain period of time. Okay, so in case if your leave policy has any settings saying that carry forward leaves will get expire after certain period of time, so you can enable this option, right? So in case many of the cases I'm seeing that clients would be reaching saying that employees a negative balance, how to overcome or override those settings. Okay, so in case if you don't want to carry forward such leave balances which are in negative, so you can select this second option, which is nullify and reset the balance to 0. So in case if you want to deduct from the employee salary, you can enable the setting, which is deduct from employee salary. Okay, so in case if you want to carry forward negative balance to the next year, so you can enable the third option, which is carry forward negative balance to the following year, right? So this is how you can manage the settings. Okay, so how do you do the year-end process? So you need to click on year-end process. Oops, let me just see if I can find any. Right, we'll just try to proceed with this. Yep, I'll just click on view processing results. So in the first step, you would be able to find all the pending leave requests for the previous year, which is April 1st to March 31st. Okay, right. So you can upload all the pending leave requests, and you can approve or reject all the pending leave requests. So unless until you approve or reject all the leave requests, the balances will not match, because the leaves which are pending, or which are yet to be approved, need to be taken action on it. Okay, So right, so once you have completed the first step, the second step would be the leave balance action, like what you want to do with the leave balance of an employee. All right. So in case if you are not satisfied, or if you want to do any changes for the existing leave balance to that employee as an exceptional cases, you have an option of others, right? So you can enable and you can do the overrides for the balance as well, right? So whatever the overrides you do, okay, it needs to be matched to the actual balance of an employee while the year-end process. Okay, so as of date, let's assume the balance is 1.75. Okay, so in case if you are giving it as 2 as carry forward, okay, system doesn't allow you because it will not match to the employee's exact balance, right? So that settings you can manage under leave balance actions. So in the third page, in case if you have an encashment policy in your company, okay, so you can do the encashment settings over here, and you can also select saying that which month you want to roll back. Sorry, which month you want to pay out to that employee. Okay, so in case if you want to pay out in the next pending first pending pay cycle or next pending pay cycle, you can enable or disable this. I mean, you can enable those settings. Okay, so in case this case would be valid only whenever you have any encashments in place. Okay, so in the first step, in the final step, you can click on finalize, so that once these changes has been applied, nothing will be updated, or all the things will get locked. Okay, so this you can manage in this particular page. So once it's done, the status would be shown as processed. So in employees profile, all the leaves will be getting shown as under carry forward. Okay, in case if they have any carry forward policy. Okay, so and all the leave balances will be shown to that employee as per the new policy for the calendar year of 2021, right? So this is how we can manage and set up the things. So right, so we have a question from Suprita saying that once leaves are expired and reset, so do we need to allocate fresh leave again? So not required. Suprita, automatically system will allocate as per your leave policy settings what you have done. Okay, so no manual intervention is required. So all the things will be showed on that employee, right? If you have any other questions, so that we can. Right, definitely, Karan. Just give me a minute. So right, so once you, in case if you have any encashment policy in place, right? So you need to navigate to settings. Okay, so payroll, leave encashment. So in case if you have any encashment policies in place, okay, so you would be able to create your own encashment policy. Like how do you want to give the encashment to that employee? Like how does your calculation do? Okay, so you can create calculation expression. Okay, so once you have created the encashment policy, okay, so I'll just try to enable in one of the lead plan. Just give me a moment. Right, I'll click on begin. Next, is encashed. Right, so if you just check my previous screen, okay, so there are 18 employee, so there are the total balance is 18. Okay, and days encashed are being 18, and days carry forward are being 6. Okay, so the encashment has to be done for me for 18 days, right? How do we do that? So I'll click on save and next. Sorry, didn't I, since I have a different pay groups, it would be shown up over like this. Right. Okay. So since we, so I'll just help you the path with again like leave encashment policy. Okay. So right. So here we have created different encashment policies, right? Which is Vijay Encasher, test policy for tax, okay, gym allowance or test or check. Okay. Right. So here in this particular step, okay, so all these employees will be having the encashment policies for this n number of days, which are 18 days for this particular employee. Okay, so here the total amount to be paid is 21,000. Okay, so I'll just try to change it. Okay, so here the amount is reflecting 25,000 as I'm changing the settings. Okay, see, I have the in the gym allowance I've said that 100 rupees per day. Okay, since the setting says calculation expression per day, since I'm calculating per day, so my per day value is 100 rupees. I have given the setting as I have selected the encashment policy as gym allowance. So since I have 18 days, the system will automatically calculate 1800. So in case if you want to override that amount, so you can also do that override. And I'm saying 2500 would be given to that employee. Okay. So in case if you want to do the payment in next pending pay cycle or any other month, you can also select that. Okay. So what happens is carry forward will be done in the next month, will be done in the April. Okay. Encashment can be done in any month. Okay. So whether if you want to allocate the leave encashment policy to the employees in bulk, you can also do that. So what happens, it will be get updated for everyone. Okay, so if you want to do the bulk activity, like in which month you want to do the encashment, so you can select, right? So this is how you do the leave encashment thing. So what happens in this particular pay month, it will be showing you at under payment, right? So this is how you do the encashment. So right, so this is how you do the encashment settings. Right, definitely, Karan. So in case if you have any formula with you, right, so in case if you have any formula with you, definitely you can drop in a mail to our support team. Support team will help you with the settings and all. Okay, so in case if you have your encashment policy in place, right? I definitely feel like this session was helpful to you all. Okay, let me know if you have any questions on it so that we can quickly have a discussion and end up the session. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Definitely. So while coming to the recording, so whoever has been registered using their email IDs for this particular session, okay. So though you attend or have not attend the session, they would be getting the recording to their registered email IDs. Okay. So no need to worry about the session recordings. Definitely. So once the session has been ended, you would be getting it to your registered email IDs, right? Okay. So I think we can end up the session now. So thanks everyone for joining the session. So in case if you have any other queries regarding to this session of year-end process or any other queries related to KEKA, you can directly drop an email to support@keka.com, or you can reach out to our live chat. Our support team will help you on your queries, right? Thank you so much for your time. Next Thursday, we'll be coming up with a new session. Till then, bye-bye. Take care.